This year we'll see the first Bonhams Classic Car Auction right here in Dubai, which we're all getting very excited about. And to talk a bit more about this, I've come to see James Knight and Philip Cantor of Bonhams. Hello guys.
Hi.
So tell us about this auction. In October, I believe it's taking place at the Royal Mirage. This is the first time that this is happening in Dubai. So why in Dubai and why now?
Okay, well, Charles, this is, as you say, the first time that an international auction house is coming to the region to conduct a collector's motorcar sale. And certainly, I think, one or two occasions some other people have tried, but in a fairly sort of isolated case. This is exciting for us. We have sales in the UK, mainland Europe, the States and Australia. So it's just a natural progression to explore the idea of a sale here in Dubai. We feel the market is getting ready for it. All our sales are marketed on an international platform, so we'll be collating entries, consignments from really all around the world to come to Dubai to be sold. And again, we'll expect to get an international bidding and buying profile as well. But what I really want to see is some local interest from the selling side and the buying side as well.
What has your experience so far in this market told you about what to expect come this auction in October?
Well, it's the first car auction, as my colleague said, so it's going to be a surprise for us, but we're very committed to the region. There's obviously a lot of interest in the motor car in the region, currently more prestige and modern cars, but there are already classic car clubs, there is a classic car movement that started, and Bonhams would like to support that.
How many cars will we be seeing at this auction in October? Do you have a precise date for this auction, by the way?
Well, we are going to be one of a series of sales that Bonhams will be conducting in October. The sale dates will be probably Monday the 11th or Tuesday the 12th of October. So the week beginning the 11th of October, and during the same time there'll be a watch sale, which of course your average car collector likes and appreciates a watch as well. So there's a nice synergy there, as well as art and jewellery. Now, as far as the quantity of cars is concerned, we're going to aim for about 15, maybe 20 cars. We don't want it to be too big, and we don't want it to be, shall we say, a standalone sale where all our eggs are in one particular basket. What we want to do is we want to get the right cars, and if that means it's 10 or 15 or 20, then so be it. What we don't want to do is to just go for volume, because we feel that all our budget is orientated around a single car sale. It's not. We're one of a series of scheduled sales, which means that we can keep the overheads in place and just get the right volume of cars for the sale.
And amongst these cars you mentioned earlier, are all these cars coming from outside of the region, or are some of these cars coming from within this region?
No, we will be hoping to consign probably 2/3 from outside the region, but definitely a third from within the region. Select the cars after their provenance, the profile of the cars, and hopefully there will be bidding as well, not only from abroad, but certainly from the region, which we'd really look forward to.
Are you able to tell us which are the cars that are coming from within the region?
Not just yet. Auctioneers are pretty discreet, and we like to get the best sort of impact from a marketing perspective as well. What we can say, and Philip will elaborate a bit more on the cars that we have already got consigned, is that they're going to be of a certain quality with the right provenance as well, which is critical.
Well, yes, I've seen some of the cars that have been mentioned so far, and amongst them are two cars from BMW themselves, and one is the M1 supercar, and the other is a 3-litre CSL, both well-known cult classic cars. It's quite remarkable that BMW is even selling these cars.
Well, we're very privileged to have the support of BMW with these two cars. As you say, it's the first time that the museum and BMW have sold cars. They've actually owned themselves since the early 90s, so for close on 20 years. And they've been fully restored by BMW Classic. And I think BMW realizes the importance also of an emerging classic car market in the region, and has taken two iconic models, as you say yourself, the BMW CSL, the Batmobile, of which only 57 were produced, and obviously the wonderful M1 to represent the mark and its quality of restoration here in the region.
Has it got, presumably they've got more of these, or these are the only ones that they've got and they're selling them?
No, they have obviously the whole museum, and the museum they have a reserve collection. So of the BMW M1s, for example, they have 2 examples, of which I was able to convince them to put one to auction, and which obviously they agreed to.
These cars, are they being brought over here specifically for this auction? Are they're flying over here? What are the logistics of that, something like that entails?
Well, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what's happening. I think it's brilliant that that a company with the name and prestige of BMW have just totally dialed into the concept of the sale in the region. What they want to do, of course, is to spread the word of BMW, which they do brilliantly anyway, but to release a couple of cars from their reserve collection, cars that they have totally restored, just to really demonstrate the capabilities of their old-timer section. Many motor car manufacturers now are looking into the heritage of their business, and they regard as the past as the future as well. And by really showcasing these 2 cars that are there to be sold, it's not a gimmick. These are brilliantly presented cars. You know what it's like with auctions. There are no warranties with any cars, but by offering these cars from BMW, cars that they have restored, this is about as good as it gets for any collector, and a fabulous opportunity.
What are you expecting these 2 to go for, and do you expect them to sell to customers within this region?